All right, we're back to the drawing board for Easy Insights Update Episode 3 of 2018. As you can see, I got most of my stuff written out today so you can actually read it. But I look at snow still falling, it's 33 degrees out, and when we have time to think, we ask a lot of questions. And the most common question I got this week was, when do I start thinking about switching relative maturities? Well, just like everything in agriculture, if you knew what the weather was going to be like and you knew what the frost date was, this decision would be pretty easy. But I look at the last 5 years of frost date history. The only thing we'd consider switching relative maturities for is having immature corn at a killing frost and creating a natural black layer. So if you knew what the frost date was, you could just move your math backwards and figure out what the right relative maturity is. But we know that frost date's pretty variable in Minnesota. From last year being really late in October 17th to super early frost dates September 14th of 2014. To bring that all together, we look at an average from October 1st to 10th, let's say, for having a killing 20-degree frost. So knowing that, we can do a little backwards math. So I look at, okay, if I'm in southern Minnesota and I plant corn on April 28th, and I know the frost date's somewhere the first week of October, I feel comfortable that I'm going to accumulate 2650 GDUs. If we get the snowfall this weekend and we get pushed back to May 15th, we can still accumulate almost 2,500 GDUs. That's about a 170 GDU difference, which really is only 5 awesome days in July that difference can be made up. So knowing that, I go, okay, I look at 3 key cropland hybrids at 3 different maturities. 3575, which is a 95 day, we've got 101 day and 104 day with their respective GDUs to maturity requirements. So let's look at 4488 for example. It needs 2465 GDUs to get to black layer. So taking our math, if I plant it on May 15th, I just have enough GDUs in the season to make sure this thing gets to black layer with mature corn. Now, there's research out of Purdue that tells us a little better story, that after May 1st, every day I plant later, there's a 6.8 GDU less per day requirement to get to black layer. So basically, I can say, okay, 15 days after May 1st times about 7 GDUs, that's about 105 GDU less. So that number goes to 2360, and we're definitely within that realm of possibility of making sure a 104-day product gets to black layer before our average frost date. Now, of course, we still want to spread our risk by planting different relative maturities because there's other things to think about, like tassel date, when does our extreme stress come in, and do we really want to combine corn that's all the same maturity and same moisture. But moral of the story, until we get to May 15th, we're not even going to talk about switching relative maturities. John will be next time, and we'll talk about maybe some things on germination and things to look for when we finally do get back in the field.